All right, Peacemaker fans, here we go. We are in the home stretch. One episode to go, just a few days away, and James Gunn has been sprinkling little breadcrumbs for us to follow to figure out how the hell this all ties into the DCU. Hello everyone, welcome to Digital Charcuterie. My name is James. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new to the channel and a fan of the DCU and Peacemaker, hit that subscribe button. I talk about it and discuss it with you all the time on the channel in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on Peacemaker and the DCU and what you're expecting from Peacemaker Episode 8, how it leads into the DCU as a whole. Let's get right into it. James Gunn has been online doing the social thing, which he does probably a little bit too much. He doesn't leave any stone unturned. He is all there all the time to talk to you. Ask him a question, he will answer it. Chocolate or vanilla, he'll give it an answer. But he posted this the other day. Next week, and he quotes Economos from the trailer, when has anything we've ever done actually been for the good of the people? He goes on to say, I can't wait for you to see it. I promise it is nothing like anything anyone expects or has guessed. And that's massive because everyone's been guessing, right? We're all Brainiac's coming, Brainiac's coming, Brainiac's coming. That could still be the case. I have a video on Brainiac coming up, but he says no one's guessed it. I mean, I'm sure he hasn't seen every single YouTube video, but I'm sure he's seen a lot of YouTube videos. I get this feeling like James Gunn spends a lot of time watching YouTube as well as reality TV. He's a big fan of reality TV. But all that being said, this is not what we're expecting. He's telling us you're going to get the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. So Brainiac aside, because I do think there's hints of Darkseid. We're not going to get Darkseid. I've said this before. I think we're going to hints of all that. I think Brainiac is going to come up, obviously, that he's been cluing in. And he said, I'm well aware of what people make when I post things, which is also why a misdirect would be brilliant. But I want to talk about this quote right here and where I think he's heading with this specifically and how it pertains to the season finale of Peacemaker and the DCU as a whole. I'll be back tomorrow night with my episode 8 preview show, followed by Wednesday night's final prediction show. Those are going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys can stop by and let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. Let's get right to this one. Next week, I promise it's nothing like anything anyone expects or has guessed. That sentence has been rattling around in my head since I read it. Because when Gunn makes a statement like that, he's not talking about a cameo or a one-liner. He's talking about theme, about the foundation of the DCU. That quote and the way Economos delivers it in the trailer tells us everything about where Peacemaker is heading, what Season 2 has been quietly constructing, and how it ties directly into Man of Tomorrow. Let's start with the obvious layer here. Economos isn't just questioning a single mission, he's questioning an institution. He's worked for A.R.G.U.S long enough to realize the moral math doesn't add up. Every operation that's supposed to help people ends up killing someone's brother, destroying a town, or burying another truth. It's the voice of conscience inside a machine that no longer remembers what the word good means. And Gunn knows exactly what he's doing by putting that line in that character's mouth. The line is the show's thesis statement. Season 2 has turned A.R.G.U.S into something much bigger and much stronger than a government agency. The quantum unfolding chamber has become their obsession. Officially, it's about exploring alternate realities, securing resources, maybe saving humanity from overpopulation, but that's the surface story. Beneath it is the real reason Economos sounds terrified. He knows A.R.G.U.S doesn't open doors to help people. They open doors to control them. Now let's talk about James Gunn's comment about this being not what we expect. We've all been speculating about Brainiac, about New Gods, about Darkseid, but Gunn is telling us it's something no one has guessed. And that means it's probably not a cosmic invader at all. It's something human. Something born from our own fear and arrogance. That's why the CADMUS theory fits like a lock. If you follow DC Comics or Justice League Unlimited, you know what Project CADMUS stands for. It's humanity's answer to gods walking among us. It's the argument that says if Superman can level a city, we'd better learn how to build one of our own. Every time CADMUS shows up in the comics, it starts with good intentions and ends in moral collapse. Scientists, soldiers, and politicians convince themselves they're protecting the people, but what they're really doing is trying to own power. Picture how perfectly that dovetails with what Argus is doing right now. They're using alien technology, dimensional gateways, and genetic data pulled from other realities, all under the justification of peacekeeping. It's exactly the same self-delusion Cadmus has always represented. The idea that control equals safety. Economos' question suddenly becomes the moment of revelation that expresses everything. He's not just doubting the mission, he's naming the lie at the heart of the agency. And when Gunn says no one has guessed it, I think he means Argus isn't becoming an alien weapon factory, it's mutating into Project CADMUS itself. The finale could even end with that title card reveal. Imagine the chamber lighting up, data streams forming a human DNA helix, and a technician whispering, "Welcome to Project CADMUS." That's the kind of twist that reframes the entire series. Every moral compromise, every mission justified as for the people suddenly reads as the origin story of humanity's most dangerous experiment. And it makes perfect thematic sense for Gunn. He's always dissected institutions disguised as heroes. The Suicide Squad was about expendable soldiers thrown into chaos by people who claim to protect freedom. Peacemaker is about what happens when the good soldier realizes the cause is rotten. Turning Argus into Cadmus is the logical evolution of that idea. It's the moment the system becomes the villain. If we think about how this connects to Man of Tomorrow, it becomes even clearer. At the end of Superman, we see Flag and other government officials not quite trusting metahumans any longer. And if they don't trust them, the world won't. He's also said that there's going to be ramifications for the actions Hawkgirl made at the end of the movie. And that's where a shadow organization will be prepping countermeasures. That organization has to come from somewhere. Peacemaker gives us the origin story. By the time Man of Tomorrow begins, Project CADMUS could already exist, born out of Argus quantum experiments. Maybe they've collected alien code or remnants of Brainiac's data. Maybe they've cloned something from the fragments of alternate realities. The irony is brutal. The technology meant to protect humanity could be the same technology that later draws Brainiac's attention to Earth. In trying to save the species, they put it on the map for cosmic predators. That's why Economos' line hit so hard. It's the show asking, when did protecting people become experimenting on them? When did peacekeeping become population management? Gunn's work always turns moral slogans inside out. Peace by any means was Peacemaker's mantra. For the good of the people is Argus's. Both sound noble until you measure the bodies. If Season 2 does reveal that Argus has been running a Cadmus-level operation, it immediately recontextualizes every character arc. Harcourt becomes a soldier who realizes she's enforcing a lie. Economos becomes a conscious trying to hold on to his humanity. And Peacemaker himself, the man who kills for peace, has to face an institution that's built in his image. So those are my thoughts. Again, I'll have my preview show tomorrow night and then the final odds on Wednesday night. But I think we could be going in this direction. Cadmus could be coming. It seems very logical, a very logical next step. And again, with Peacemaker, you have to almost think that everything that happens has to connect within this show, right? The bigger aspects of everything going on in the DCU will come from the little story threads that we've gotten in Peacemaker, a show about a vigilante, about a superhero and the 11th Street Kids. And so I think it's going to be small, but we're going to get that, and that could lead us right in to Brainiac. And I think the season's been planted for Darkseid. I think things are coming, and I can't wait to see where we go with it. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. You think this is possible? Cadmus on its way or not? Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate your time. Hit that like button and subscribe button. Until next time, may be the master of your own universe.